Sergio pulled into the empty parking lot of the city's public records building, the early morning sun reflecting off its weathered brick exterior. He grabbed his notebook and headed in, intent on digging up the history of El Laberinto de Papel. The bookstore, as he found out, was something of an institution. In the city, a cornerstone of the cultural scene. It had been there for more than 2 centuries, surviving economic downturns, technological advancements, and the rapid, ever-changing landscape of the retail world. What's more, it had always been a family-run business, passed down through generations of the Mercedes family. As he sifted through countless records, Sergio traced the bookstore's lineage back to its founder, a wealthy entrepreneur named Rafael Mercedes. Mercedes had been a known figure in the city not just for his bookstore, but for his philanthropy and support of the arts. His love for books and knowledge was the heart of El Laberinto de Papel, a legacy that his descendants had seemingly carried on. But something struck Sergio as he read further. The current owner, according to the latest records, was a man named Victor Mercedes. There was no mention of Antonio as having any legal affiliation with the store. Yet, Antonio had presented himself as someone running the store on behalf of the owner when they first met. This inconsistency intrigued Sergio. The more Sergio dove into the records, the more intriguing the connection between Victor Mercedes and Antonio became. A link emerged from the dusty files. Victor Mercedes, the current owner of El Laberinto de Papel, also owned a grand estate in the exclusive Garden City district, an estate frequently referred to as the Mercedes house. Instead of the traditional transactions one would expect from an employer and employee, Sergio found a set of tax documents that showed Antonio had been paying the taxes for both the bookstore and the Mercedes house. When questioned by the clerk, Antonio had justified this by stating that Victor was too sick to manage his own finances. It became evident to Sergio that Victor, who had never married and had no children, had relinquished control of his assets to Antonio. However, there was no record of Victor Mercedes' passing, no obituary, no death certificate, no will. It was assumed that Victor was still living in his mansion, tucked away from the world because of illness. Yet there was no record of any medical assistance or in-home care either. It was as if Victor Mercedes had simply vanished from society. Something didn't add up, and Sergio needed to find out what it was. He decided to pay a visit to Mr. Mercedes at the Grand Estate in Garden City. He had a feeling that he was on the verge of a breakthrough, that the answers to the chilling murders lay hidden within the walls of the Mercedes house.